Are we rolling?
COVID Chronicles! With the sound of motorcycles going by our house on the highway past our house.
It's very comfortable temperature out here, although it says
in the shade.
It's 30.
It's 30 degrees.
That's what it says. But humidity is only 37%.
I'll go for a walk as soon as it chills a little bit.
Chills. Then you'll be chill.
I'll be chill. I had another event where I was in a... Like, people sometimes... They use the phrase friends when you're not friends with them. Someone invited me to play an online game, and I found the experience not to my liking in certain respects. And when we were discussing it, they said, well, you know, we just did this for our friends. And I'm like, I'm not even your friend. I'm just some guy you play online with.
But he invited you to play.
He repeatedly, and then the experience was not to my liking, and I explained why, and they didn't get it.
So he was playing along, then they changed to a different platform, and then he's learning those rules, and then he changed again to another platform, and each time he said, I don't like this.
Well, I didn't say it right away,
Oh.
but after they did, like, kind of like 3 restarts, I said, how about we stop doing the restarts? Like, some of the players weren't playing anymore. They were busy working on getting ready for the next restart. Like, they wanted to change the environment of the game. Like, it's a game where you normally the computer auto-generates the environment of a city, town, whatever, and wilderness and all that. And I guess the auto-generate they weren't happy with, so they were trying to tweak it. But every time they tweaked it, it would restart everything. So all the advances. It's a learning and accumulation kind of game. So it started to annoy me that, like, just when I was getting back up to speed and had collected some stuff and got an understanding of where things were and how to get to some place and whatever, then they'd restart it again. I'd be like, oh shit, all that work I did, X number of hours of game time is just shot because I don't know where things are. I don't have the things I used to have, and I have to go and do it all over again. So the 4th time they did it, I just said, I'm out of here. I'm gone. And that upset the guy that invited me to play. And he used the reference, you know, this was just a place we invited our friends. It's like, I was thinking, I've never even met you. You're just some guy that I know online. And they're playing the, you know, disappointed that you, it's like, I told you before I left, if you keep changing the environment, I'm going to leave. It's like, what didn't you understand?
I have noticed that Alan has trouble recognizing when he is going to have problems with someone. I recognize that before he does. So I've asked him, when he has an inkling that something is weird, come and talk to me about it. Instead of, his forte is explaining something to you 5 different ways until he can click. And you'll go, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
But these people don't want to do that. They don't want to admit they made a mistake.
I think some people are a bit like Trump. They may even understand your concerns. They just don't give a shit about your concerns.
I think it's shame and embarrassment. They don't want to be caught out in not being right.
Well, it's like they want to do what they want to do. And even if you point out a valid reason for them not to do it, it's fuck you, we're doing it anyway. But then they try and make you the bad person for not wanting to do it.
It's kind of like Yoho's apology to Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. So he was on the steps of the House of Congress, and he said to
you
her,
bitch.
You fucking bitch, and something else. And then he decided he was going to apologize in front of Congress, and he said, he made it into it was your fault because I would never have said this, you know, to my God or in front of my children or in front of my wife, or like he made it her fault that he
lost
said
his temper. Yeah, that's weird.
Anyway, her rebuttal was pretty darn.
Yeah, I read that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if somebody, like, it's kind of like if I invite some friends over for dinner. There's an expectation in their mind. Okay, we're going to come over for dinner. When they get here, if I say, well, the first thing we're going to do is renovate the house, and then we'll have dinner. It's like, well, you invited us over for dinner. Yeah, but we're just going to renovate the house first. We're going to, not a whole lot of renovation. We're just going to move all the furniture around.
Where does that fit into
because
Ocasio-Cortez?
Well, no, I'm going back to my thing with the game. Like, making it...
Right.
It's like coming from the wrong place. It's like they don't get that if you invited me over for dinner and you asked me to do something other than have dinner, I'm going to be like, what? So then if I say, hey, this isn't very cool. You invited me over for dinner and we're not having dinner. And now they make me out to be the bad guy. Well, you know, a friend understands that sometimes when you come over for dinner, first thing we do is renovate the house. Like, what the fuck is that shit? So, yeah, it's kind of like not the same as the apology thing. But it's when somebody else's point of view is so different from yours that it's just like, this is a no-go. Like, if they can't relate, oh, you called me a fucking bitch. You can't relate that that's a bad thing?
Then he tried to use the fact that he has daughters and a wife.
Yeah, like, oh, it doesn't mean anything wrong because I have a wife and I have a mother and I have daughters and yeah, I think they're wonderful. And so when I say fucking bitch, that's not bad. Like, what?
No, you know I don't mean it because I have...
Yeah, so I mean, that's...
First he tried to deny it, but a reporter heard it, so...
Yeah. Oh, that's the fun part.
And she said, I am someone's daughter.
That's weird. Like, when they first try and deny it. Like, no, I never said it. Okay, now that we know you said it, we're going to focus on the fact you denied saying it.
Yeah.
Because I don't care what you said anymore. Now I'm going to focus on your lying, stinking turd bag. And a lying, stinking turd bag is the worst thing in my book. Which is why I just think Trump is a, lying, stinking turd bag. And anything he does, if he's ever done anything good, I probably can't recognize it because all I see is a lying, stinking turd bag.
We're probably going to run out of time, but I want to tell you I am listening to the audiobook by Mary Trump about her uncle, Donald Trump. Too Much and Never Enough.
Yeah.
How my family created the most dangerous man on the planet.
Yeah.
And it's very good. I highly recommend it. And that's probably all we have time for today.
All right. Share with the world.
My COVID cough.
Have them subscribe and like and stuff.
You feel better now you've vented?
I don't even know what I'm doing.